Welcome, Leo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your June general reading. I've already laid out the cards along the axis of the horoscope wheel. I'll start reading with the 10th house because the 10th house represents the midheaven, which is the highest star in the sky. But I will clarify beginning at the first house with the African Tarot. I'll work my way around the wheel, and then I'll finish off with an oracle card. And if you enjoy these readings, if you find them useful, I would appreciate your liking and subscribing to my channel, as it helps immensely, as I'm sure you all know. And let's get started, Leo, with your overall energy. The King of Cups is representing you as a compassionate and emotionally mature individual, a leader in providing service to others, but also a leader in detaching yourself, I should say, from your emotions, from the powerful emotions you've been experiencing, and learning to tell a story with your challenges, the difficulties you've overcome, the things that might ordinarily be viewed as weaknesses, and revealing them as strengths, showing how you've learned the lessons from hardships that you've endured. This is helping you to not only attract those that need support, but helping you to provide the support where people need it. In the 10th house, you have the Queen of Wands, and this is showing you to be immensely confident in the way that is very natural for your temperament. This is you in a passionate, determined mode, highly motivated to provide service, to work with people, to work in the community, to be seen as not only someone who solves problems, but someone who builds something creatively and passionately with great drive and motivation, able to inspire others or tap into that motivation in others to support their efforts as well. So you have gained a tremendous amount of outward courage in your world. In the first house, we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is giving me a clue about the ways in which you have internalized and done the deep work that is necessary over the last several months of many retrograde planets. You have been looking at those behavior patterns that are uncomfortable, recognizing where any betrayals, sabotage, theft, miscommunication, malintentions that you've experienced as part of your community, your expression, have been seeded from an internal sense of insecurity, of self-doubting, of not having the confidence or the clarity in what it is that you do know, and feeling uncomfortable or downright fearful of asking for help or revealing what it is you don't know. So this is where you are really understanding that it is your ability to listen dispassionately to the views and opinions of others that is helping you to move forward, making the many changes, continuing on the road that you are on. As you make changes, adjust, as you reevaluate your current conditions. In the fourth house, the house of your home, your domestic environment, your history, your memory, we have the Six of Swords. And this is emphasizing that you have indeed been on and are continuing on a deeply spiritual healing journey. I say spiritual because you are understanding that the situation, the current domestic environment, perhaps family of origin, relations, or some conditions that adheres to your formative experience is no longer acceptable to you. It is no longer fulfilling or regenerative to you, and you are now continuing on in your efforts to move to more peaceful waters, to a more fulfilling experience, to elsewhere. So this can be physically changing your location or changing the rules of engagement where you are, and recognizing that this is a process that evolves from your own understanding, your self-understanding of what you have been through and how you have customarily reacted to difficulties you've encountered. So this is you finding acceptance as well in some of the difficulties that you've encountered, but also in the lessons that you have learned, the gifts that you have now recognized that came as a result of these challenges. In the 7th house, the house of your significant others, you have the King of Swords. And here again, we are looking at your ability to plan, to strategize, to accept, to cultivate a new and broader experience based on new and possibly unexpected information. This is you being open to information that is neutral in and of itself, events that are neutral in and of themselves, but may cause confusion, even catastrophe for your partnerships. And taking that information and recognizing that this can be used to advance the status of your partnerships, of the things that you are working towards in partnership, as well as elevating the ability to communicate and share information within those productive partnerships. I'm going to clarify the 7 of Swords in the 1st house with the 8 of Cups in the 2nd house and the Star in the 3rd house. So this is showing me that you are moving forward. You have outgrown a situation that you continue to work within. You are working within the constraints that you have been given, but you are recognizing at a value level that you are no longer in alignment in this environment. This environment impacts your economic status, your stability, your security, and your ability to protect yourself. So you are making a much more emotional, having a much more emotional response to the situations, the misinformation that you may have received, the ability to communicate more clearly and more authentically, and your desire to separate yourself from your deep emotions and try to collect information and apply strategies more dispassionately. But this is acknowledging that these things come from a deep place in you where you're recognizing changes that you have always accepted as being for your support. You're now recognizing that they are no longer a match for where you are. And instead, Leo, your vision moving forward has expanded greatly. The difficulties that you are processing in your personal life, in your desire to make personal changes, have helped to spark this incredible vision and hopefulness for you. And this is very much a part of the way that you're communicating with your intimates, with your team, with your peers, is one of hopeful possibilities. Unimagine as you are receiving new information that is transforming and opening up your perspective and understanding of things that have no longer made clear to you, opening up your understanding of how the things that you have assumed are supportive are no longer, making way for a broader expression. This is you either having an opportunity to do something that will be very well known, that will carry very far. And I'm thinking specifically of writing, documenting, recording conversations or dialogue that will promote this greatly expanding view. The Six of Swords is being clarified by the Two of Swords in the 5th house and the Eight of Wands in the 6th house. So we have two eights, which is lovely because eights are numbers around success. That means you're on a road, you're moving forward. In one case, for your values are you're looking for greater meaning in the environment you're in. And the Eight of Wands is indicating that the work you're doing, the conversations you're facilitating, are moving you rapidly towards a group effort that will have a tremendous impact, not only on the group and the way it functions, but also on your own routines and habits that are supporting much greater productivity and efficiency. You have a choice to make around some friendship, or it may even be an offer, a creative opportunity. And this opportunity is occulting, it's shielding information that you need to make the best decision. You are avoiding some information, perhaps. You're maybe avoiding some relationships that are contain information that you need, but it is the context of this choice, this decision you must make, that is vitally important. You don't have all the information you need at this time to make this choice or decision. In the 7th house, we have the King of Swords, and that is clarified by the Four of Pentacles in the 8th and the Knight of Swords in the 9th house. So you are working very hard to shift, respond to changes and patterns that you have recognized within yourself. And as you are allowing room for greater growth, greater unity in your response with others, you are making sure that the changes you make are cautiously applied. You are being careful with your significant partnerships and relationships so that you are not giving away the work, the efforts, the resources that you've cultivated through your own efforts. So this is a card that indicates you have a firm physical foundation, a material stability in your relationships, and you are protecting that by your efforts at exploring new opportunities and strategies. The Knight of Swords has you continuing on, finding new ways to distribute a communication and effort, a dialogue that you are cultivating, that you are understanding. So this puts me in the mind of some kind of a conference, a retreat, an opportunity to communicate with other communities, other businesses, other entities in which you can share this vision that you're understanding and continue the exploration by posing this as a communal discussion, a discussion that is business-wide, school-wide, community-wide, so that the ideas that you are percolating have an opportunity to be joined by the research and the efforts of others, the information that others hold that can best inform this vision that you are now intuiting. The Queen of Wands in the 10th house is clarified by the King of Wands in the 11th and the Knight of Wands in the 12th. This is a power couple, a divine union. The King and Queen of Wands, Leo, indicates that in addition to a significant partnership that is impacting your social role, your social activism, the work you do on behalf of humankind. It can also signal the parts of you that have joined. Your ability to recognize your ultimate desire is to service a broad and global community, and the ability to understand passionately where this service comes from, your own skills and capacity, your own drive and ability, is allowing you to put out this effort, to clarify this mission, and to receive the support that you attract through doing so. So this is you putting out a call, but attracting proposals, attention, energy, communication, information from others that can help you to make this project successful and clearly allow you to not only lead, but to manage the creation, the movement, the successful movement of this project forward. The Knight of Wands is showing me that you are experiencing a kind of snowball effect as you are understanding and detaching yourself from powerful emotions that you are recognizing within yourself that have been triggered by your recognition of patterns that are reactive rather than responsive. You are inspired to go further, to travel, to make personal contact with these far-flung communities, with these distant alliances and allies who can go on this quest with you. So this is something that is more long-term. This has to do with your life's purpose. And this is what this experience in June generally is preparing you for: to lead an expedition, to lead a retreat, an opportunity to explore broadly in community with others, to discover new ideas, new truths, and new opportunities. I'm going to finish this reading, Leo, with an oracle card from the Language of Flowers and the Crystal Oracle, and to ask you, if you're enjoying this reading, to please like and share and subscribe and comment. And I pulled the Wisteria card. The key word is longevity. Plan for and take the dedicated path. I'm going to leave it here, Leo. Thank you so much for your time, and until next time, Namaste.